Our next matchup of the week takes us to the great state of South Carolina, Conway, South Carolina, to be more specific, where the 5-1 Louisiana Raging Cajun come into town to take on the 4-2 Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. I'm going to get that right this week, Brad. Saturday kickoff at 12 p.m. on ESPNU, and the Louisiana Raging Cajun come into this one favored away by 4.5 points. Brad, we picked against Coastal Carolina last week against a tough James Madison team. Can they get back on track this week and get a win at home?
Yeah, Nate, this is an intriguing one, obviously. Coastal Carolina is just a really good program right now. But Nate, I'm going to tell you, I'm impressed with Louisiana with the Raging Cajuns. We have not talked about them a whole lot here on the channel, but of course, this is Coach Billy Napier's old team. And Nate, I've been impressed with them. Their only loss is a 8-point loss to Tulane, and we know Tulane's a very good program right now, but they've got a good mix of just being a good offense and just being a good defense. I'm impressed with their quarterback, Ben Wooldridge, who's a senior, 12 touchdowns, just 4 picks on the year. They've got a very good 1-2 punch at wide receiver with Davis and Perry. And Nate, like I said, I'm just impressed with this team averaging 36.5 points a game. Talking about Coastal, they've had some highs, but really, in my opinion, they were not really that competitive with James Madison a week ago, and that's not what I was expecting. I thought that was going to be a closer game than 39-7. So for that reason, I know Louisiana's on the road and they're in Conway, but I'm going to take the Raging Cajuns in this one. I like how this team's playing. Nate, I secretly think they're kind of flying under the radar, a little bit here in the Sun Belt, and I think they get bowl eligible. They're 6-win, and I'm going to take the Raging Cajuns in this one.
Yeah, Brad, that's a great pick. Look, we saw Coastal Carolina struggle tremendously last week against James Madison, and to your point, you said you didn't expect it. I kind of did, honestly. After the departure of Grayson McCall and their head coach going to Liberty, Coastal Carolina just hasn't been the same since. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the coaching hire, if they just every good player's left for the portal, but it's not looking good for them. They start off hot 4-2, but I think it's going to get much worse for them as the season goes on. When you look at Louisiana, though, they've got a great quarterback in Ben Wooldridge. I hope I pronounced that right. And this guy, look, he's a dual threat guy. Okay, he can not only beat you in the air, he can beat you with his feet too. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns in 6 games, Brad. That's pretty dang good. Got a good rushing attack to I was going to say counter. That's not the right word. To help out and support with the read option game. And Elijah Davis got 399 yards on the ground with 3 rushing touchdowns in 6 games. He's doing pretty good too. Give me the Louisiana Raging Cajun. This one's pretty easy for me. I think Coastal keeps it closer than they did against James Madison last week, but it's going to be a tough day for Coastal if they can't get it figured out at the quarterback position, because the guy's thrown 4 interceptions in 6 games. You can't do that and win ball games. You just can't. So they got to limit turnovers. If they limit turnovers, they got a shot in this game. But as it stands today, I'm taking the Raging Cajun on Saturday. And I think that kind of rhymed, and that was not anticipated. But let us know down in the comments who you think is going to come out on top in this key Sun Belt matchup.